Hi, Max here, CPO at LuckyLink. Where to start? So we built an augmented intelligence platform for recruiters because actually what we found is that recruiters are burdened with a plethora of low-value manual tasks which limit their productivity. And we saw that problem as an opportunity. So we created Ava. It's an end-to-end artificial intelligence recruiter. We launched pretty much at the start of the year, and we've been going great guns. Ava is amazing because what we can do with the platform is remove operational burden from a recruiter. And we can also give them insight which really enhances the way that they work. We've proven the system by building our own recruitment agency, and we have subscriptions from 4 agencies here in the UK and 4 agencies in France, and actually just this morning signed, quite excitingly, a large restaurant group who are going to take our platform as well. So in addition to that, there's a number of other corporate clients and agencies that are on stream to sign and close in Q2, Q3 this year. And we're also in the middle of a second seed round, which should close August, September time. So let me tell you our story. I came to recruitment pretty late, really, comparatively, as a career. I spent 20 years in hospitality running restaurants and coffee shops. But recruitment was always fundamental to what I did. However, when I came to agency, within those first 3 months, I learned that even a business that's completely unafraid of trying new technology just doesn't have a good grasp of what machines and automation can do for productivity enhancement. And the reality is that recruiters do a lot of repetitive, systematic work that can and really should be automated. There's a question about AI as an acronym, and I feel personally that it's better to talk about augmented intelligence than artificial intelligence. I think that the best implementation of artificial intelligence is actually when it augments our ability as a social, thinking, emotionally intelligent being to be the best version of ourselves. So about a year ago, Ben, Charlie, and I we're having a conversation about recruitment and the kind of, our thoughts about it. And we were talking about things like selection methodologies and, career prediction, which is Charlie's forte, and algorithmic matching. But, as we were talking about this is where really the idea of Ava was birthed. Our office sofa actually was getting a bit uncomfortable, so we went down to a pub where there were some beer mats that we could write all this stuff down on. And as all good ideas start on a beer mat. Charlie thought that recruitment could and should be automated end to end. I think secretly he still does. Ben wanted to have everyone matched instantly to their perfect employee by just voicing their desires to a Siri-like bot. And I just wanted a machine to do the drudge work so that I could spend more time talking to great people that actually wanted to talk to me. It's still all about me. Seriously, recruitment has some serious issues, and chief among them is that pretty much everyone hates doing the process, that's doing the recruiting, or being involved in the process, going through it. And so, even though everyone gets a job, this is a process. A jaded recruiter actually told me that everyone gets a job. He said the question that you need to answer is, did you get a fee? That's just recruiters for you, though. The point being that recruitment is a process, and if you run it enough times, then you will, despite the complexity of the product, which is a human, complex and emotional, you will get a result, and you'll get people winning a prize, which is a job. So, how do you make a brutal Darwinian process better for those in the process and tasked with running it? And this is kind of where we started with tackling the problems in recruitment. So the first thing we did was build our own recruitment agency. We used it to deconstruct the process and to test our theories on real people. I told you it was brutal. The principle we followed was to ask a human to perform a process full manual, and then to take that and see if we could reduce, eliminate, or automate the process. We rinse and repeat, and eventually we arrive at a point where we've got pretty much, I think we were at last count, 253 recruitment processes completely automated. We started right at the top of the funnel, and we're still working our way through things that we think can be improved on and automated. But our guiding metric is winning. And by that I mean, are we able to select and shepherd the candidate that ultimately gets and accepts the job through this process? If you can't do that, you haven't won. So as you do this, you have a challenge in sourcing. And we tackled that challenge by looking at the total number of people in the pool. And we realized that very quickly we needed to work with more people in the pool. We needed to be able to work with very, very large candidate databases. But without employing 5,000 recruiters to keep just a medium-sized database up to date, typically the ratios using a normal ATS system are about 1,000 active candidates to one recruiter. How could we do this? How could we tackle this problem? So we came upon Ava, a bot. Now, chatbots are not particularly new or innovative, or are they? We took the chatbot and flipped it on its head. So instead of it being reactive, our chatbot drives conversation, the same way that a human recruiter would. And it seeks out information instead of just being passive. And by driving the conversation and finding the information, we can then scale up recruitment conversations in parallel, unlimited number of times. And that means that even on a good day, a human recruiter talking to maybe 2 people at the same time has no chance of competing. So we're able to now work with large databases and large candidate pools at low cost, and our ratio is pretty much 1 recruiter to 50,000 active candidates. So as I mentioned, our goal is always to find the person that gets the job, and then to try and understand why. And it's in understanding why that we add a lot of value to the process. The quest for why is what leads us to AI. And it's all of those things we like to talk about, natural language processing, machine learning, all of that. But we figured that actually in order to do this properly, we need to own every single data point along the process. And as we started to realize that, we also realized that all of our competitors had identified the same problem, but actually none of them were brave enough to tackle it. So we did it, and we are able to interpret and understand the impact of every event along a candidate's journey on the outcome of the process. So for our competitors who are not doing this, I say that the recruitment process to them looks like a butterfly has flapped its wings on the other side of the globe. Quickly onto our key features that differentiate us. First is our chatbot, as I mentioned. It's AI-powered for massive scalable recruitment conversations. Second, our UX, it's very, very clean. It's a workflow optimization tool that is data-rich, light on clicks, and if you use it, you are taking action. It's not a graveyard for data. Matching, we use really, really powerful engines to understand the relationship between your work experience, the companies you've worked at, and your career path to predict where you will go next and when you will go. Sourcing, we plug into every database and source known to man and are able to use our matching engine to surface candidates out of those sources. And finally, dashboards. We have AI-driven dashboards with pre-built reports that everybody will love. And I think these 5 features in combination set us apart from all of our competitors. Thank you for listening, and come visit us in the Startup Village. Cheers.